We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show. I am your host today, Bumpy McSquiggums. We're diving in and we're starting up our coverage of Esperia Uprising of the Scarlet Witch. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing everything flawlessly, as I am known to do. It is by Prismalice and released on March 1st, 2023 on Steam. So you guys, well, just check the links down below in the description of the video, as I always include those store page links and all that stuff if you want to know where to pick it up. That all being said, a big shout out and a thank you to the developer for hooking me up with the code for this. It means a lot, and pretty excited to dive in and begin my journey. I'm going to try not to complain much. It's no secret that games made with this engine that I have an issue with the engine. I do not have an issue with the game. So take from that what you will. I still really enjoy the games that are coming from this specific engine. I just don't really like the engine itself, as there's a lot of little issues with it, especially for recording purposes. But I think I got everything worked out, ready to go, and we're going to dive in for the very first time and hope it all works. And I think for ease of execution, if anybody else is going to maybe run a Let's Play or what have you, it's just easiest to leave this in a windowed mode. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let's start up a new game. All right, looks like we got a couple different difficulty choices here. We have easy, we have normal, and we have hard. Enemies have lowered stats and no skills. XP gain is plus 33%, and player units do not die if injured in battle. A good mode for beginners of the genre. We have normal, of course. Enemies have normal stats, and bosses have skills. Player units will die if injured in battle. Good for players wanting to enjoy the game with a bit of a challenge, probably the way the game is intended to be played. And then, of course, there's also hard mode. All enemies have higher stats and skills. New enemies appear, so like a reinforcements type thing, I'm assuming. XP gain is reduced by 1/3, fitting for experimented, interesting phrasing, players wanting some challenge. So I would have said experienced players, but it's all good. All right, so we're going to go with normal. Welcome to Esperia. Before we begin, let's have a look at the basic controls of the game. Enter or left click to validate control, interesting, or right click to cancel, space to skip events and turns. You can use the directional arrows to look at previous dialogues or to hide the text box. You can modify the key settings in the game. The game offers a tutorial for new players. The tutorial consists of info messages like this to help you understand the game system. We advise you to turn it on for your first playthrough. Yeah, sure. I'm here for it. All right, answering the challenge. Arthur, now king of all men, rose the powerful Excalibur to fight the Dark Knight. After mimicking the unsheathing movement, I looked fiercely at the corner of the room, defying a statue of a dragon that happened to be there. Dia, your serious face is hilarious. You look just like Father when he's grumpy. As I turned my gaze to face Liliane, I saw the small kitten was all smiles before my rather poor impersonation. That was rather clumsy for a compliment, but it didn't matter as long as she was enjoying the story. I may have forced the trait a little too much, but I couldn't help seeing Father or my brother Arthur in this role. After all, the Hero King was the inspiration for my brother's name. While he had yet to grasp Excalibur himself, there was no doubt he would be deemed worthy. My dog is doing stuff that she shouldn't be doing. Apologies, folks. Still, the Dark Knight seems strong. Be careful, Arthur. Of course, the Hero King ultimately wins the battle several pages later, and here we were, both with teary eyes as he opened his heart to the princess. She's behaving now. We would soon reach the end of the story, but something felt amiss. I don't remember there being so many pages left. As my eyes kept moving along the beautiful lines, I suddenly paused. The true meaning of the story I was trying to reenact for Liliane was suddenly revealed to me, all through a single word. Witch. Hidden in the maze of words, the peculiar arrangement of these beautiful letters, so easily recognizable by now, was far from innocent. Suddenly, I felt like I couldn't breathe properly, as if my throat had just been sliced open by some traitorous blade. That's kind of dark and a little graphic there, but alright. Witch. The scourge of magic. The disease. The curse. Burnt by the dragon's fire. Dia? Liliane whispered softly to me. Her hesitant voice conveyed her worries, but as I turned to her, I could only see compassion and respect in her eyes. Her pure golden eyes, so similar to the dragons of the past. I felt the warmth of her touch on my hand, and with it, a sense of relief. I was shaking. How pathetic. What failure of a big sister starts quivering near her sibling? Oh, it's a bit cold in here, don't you think? Even as the words escaped my mouth, I knew she would never buy it. But I needed to keep up appearances at least. Then we just need to cuddle a little more. Hee. She leaned her head slightly to rest on my shoulder and then wrapped her arm around mine. She was warm, warmer than the fire burning in the oven. If possible, I wish we could stay like that forever. But there was something I had to confirm first. Say, Liliane. Liliane? Lily. Let's say Lily. Who did you get this book from? I had my doubts reading the first pages, but now I was certain. This wasn't the usual The Hero King story. It was a rewriting of the Red Witch myth, an old folktale. A young girl falls in love with the mysterious warrior that saved her, and together they faced numerous perils and meet new friends on their adventure. The girl is later revealed to be the lost princess of the dragons. The warrior, having received her love and power, managed to save the kingdom and lead humanity to victory in the war against dragons. Up until that point, it's just a romanced version of King Arthur Pendragon and his knight's journey. Most of the modern songs only cover that part, but in the original Red Witch story, it was a gift from Mother. She gave it to me just before leaving. My heart skipped a beat. I knew it. I knew it had to be her. No one but her would have thought of this. I didn't even need to read the full story to know it was a perfect retelling of the original. I see. After saving the kingdom and celebrating their new marriage, and after they lived happily ever after, usual ending of the songs, tragedy unfolds. The sister of the hero, driven by jealousy, poisons the princess who dies in her beloved's arms. But not without cursing her killer in her last breath. The murderer's body becomes tainted, covered by the blood of all those she has killed. And she goes on a rampage under the mask of the Red Witch. Out for revenge, the hero uses the power granted to him by the princess, turns into a dragon, and burns the witch alive. I was really surprised. Usually she only gives me those boring history and court manners books. If she wants me to study, at least give me a magic tome or something. I vividly remembered the last part of the original song. The witch crying in pain, her cursed blue eyes lasting beyond her heart to bear witness to her suffering. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Once people used to call me a witch, some still do in the shadows. The second heir of the kingdom, yet a bastard child born from a union with a nobody. To them, my blue eyes were the ultimate proof. They all thought I couldn't hear them whispering, that I couldn't see their darting glances. But a child knows. The queen, Mother is unexpectedly generous sometimes. Isn't she? It's a shame she couldn't make it today. She had to leave so urgently. It all came back to me. The dark whispers of adults, laughter and scorn, and those eyes avoiding me. Voices in the shadows, the busy marketplace, along the corridor, and even up to the beautiful guest room. Speaking of the unfathomable, the cursed child, brought there by some whim of the king, and I could clearly remember Mother's voice amongst them. But I hope next time we will be together again. Her warm smile beamed in the dark. It was bright, soft light, giving me strength. It's no secret Queen, Igreen favored Liliane over me. She was her legitimate child, and I was but a thorn in her side. Yet she was our mother, the woman father loved. Liliane's ideal, my queen. It's getting late. Maybe we should stop here. No way, I want to know what happens next. Lily, don't be such a crybaby. Besides, she paused, hesitant. Her arms tightened up around me, and she finally lifted her head to meet my eyes. You're rarely ever at the castle, so please, just for tonight. I couldn't say no to those pleading eyes. I was never able to. No matter what they say, as long as I have my family by my side, as twisted as some members may be, I can move forward. I can believe in myself and work to get people's trust. All right, but only tonight. Yeah, I love you, dear. I love you too, Lily. 1 year later, present day. Have you found her? Should be different voice. Fine. Mediana soldier? Not yet. We tried to secure her in her quarters, but she slipped past the guards. Unbelievable. Mediana soldiers unable to capture a single woman? What about her escort? Her retainers refused to yield, but we managed to somehow capture the nobles. The collateral damages have been minimal. Oh boy, I'm going to butcher this. Lady Bedivere? Her Dragon Knight remains unaccounted for. Lady Bedivere. She's the most dangerous of the group. Try to avoid contact. We need to retrieve the princess as soon as possible. I never thought the day would come where I'm arresting one of the royals. This means the crime is that heavy. We were ordered to bring her back and collect something, so try not to be too rough. It's in situations like these that a counter-order or a mistake can cost us all our lives. Understood. Of all the times you're coming now, what is going on in the capital? I can't afford to lose her. I still can't believe it. To think the king would order such a thing. I've run out of voices, guys. I mean, I could do more, but it's all going to go downhill. Also, most of these look maybe female? Probably? So, my feminine voice is not really, they don't really exist. I mean, I can do this, but that's just not really going to work, so we're just gonna go on. This is not the king's doing. King Uther isn't so foolish as to begin an internal war when her soldiers are fighting on the front lines. Yet, it wasn't a forged seal. The letter bore the royal mark. Besides, they didn't kill us nobles, even when you were resisting. Only the squires and servants were put to the blade. That doesn't seem good for those people. Marius, hold your tongue, or I'll make you do so. There isn't a chance in a million the king would go after his own daughter. This is a coup d'etat. Case closed. Please be safe, Lady Diana. I'm counting on you. Bedivere. How easy it must be to hold such deep beliefs. I'm envious, Lady Eleanora. Probably like Eleonora or something. We're just gonna... Again, I'm gonna butcher every name. It's just inevitable. It all happened so suddenly. The horns of Mediana resonated along the stone walls, announcing the coming of royal guests. I immediately got my favorite red armor off the wall and equipped it one piece at a time. There were a number of formal attires I could have chosen for that occasion, but I particularly fancied that one. Eyeing myself in the mirror, I adjusted my hair and my attire from different angles. I knew it was impossible, but I think I was expecting father. No one else would come unannounced like this come nightfall. At least, not if it were a friendly visit. As I was leaving the antechamber, I heard a number of surprised cries and the sound of fighting. They were shortly followed by waves of panic and bewilderment when servants noticed the royal emblem on the troops. I quickly looked at the gardens where dragon riders had landed, and I was struck speechless. A special force had been dispatched to the castle, quickly subjugating the soldiers despite my retainer's opposition. And before I knew it, I was running away to safety, looking for Ursula. only to be caught by the enemy group. What is the meaning of this? Get your hands off me at once. The soldier remained silent. I tried to make eye contact with him several times, but he wouldn't even look me in the eyes. This guy. It kind of ticked me off, because I wasn't so sure if he was doing that out of respect for the Pendragon, or out of fear for being bewitched. Staying silent won't get you anywhere. Do you have any idea what you're doing? I'm the princess. He stopped, pausing for an instant. It felt like he wanted to say something, but he refrained from it and quickly resumed his march, dragging me along. Then it happened. Oh. Well, that can't be good. There was a colossal impact, and the sturdy windows of the castle suddenly burst, along with the wall itself. Oh, my God. A powerful dragon appeared before us, like an unstoppable force of doom. Sorry. Like an unstoppable force of doom, destroying the castle. The soldiers and I were taken by surprise, a look of terror invading our faces, until I recognized its fearless rider. Milady! Hey, it's my sis. Ursula? As the dragon roared, Ursula raised her axe in the air, staring at the troops menacingly. That's not her sis. Her sis had golden eyes. Unless the dragons are sis. I don't know. A dragon knight? That's bad. Call for reinforcements. No way. It just burst through the wall. Never before I had been so happy to see a dragon, as frightening as they may be. What's up? The dragon roared once more, and as the soldiers were taking positions, spears at the ready, and mercilessly charged through their defensive line. Probably didn't go well for them. The brutal charge settled the fight in mere seconds. Most of the soldiers were knocked down or sent flying on the wall. Armor and weapons shredded, it's all the same. The sheer power of the impact left them unable to stand up, and yet, none of them looked like they were dying. The dragon stopped a few inches from me, still trembling, and Ursula extended her hand to me. Ursula? I'm here, milady. I've secured our weapons. For now, get up. We have to escape. No words could quite describe the scene. In the aftermath of the battle, a single woman stood atop a brutal dragon, her body bathed in the serene moonlight. She leaned forward and extended her hand to me. She was my knight. All right. This probably doesn't bode super well for us, but you know, we're here for it. We'll try. Reinforcements are coming. Let's break through their formation. Milady, we have to escape. There is no time to take anything with you. We need to reach the outer walls quickly. But what about the others? We have to save them, or we don't have that luxury. The enemy is closing in, and reinforcements are likely already en route. Don't call them enemies. The soldiers are just distressed. I'm sure I can reason with them. Besides, this is my castle. What princess leaves her domain fleeing like some dog? Lady, this is no longer your castle, and those men are no longer your soldiers. We need to leave for now. Pointless arguing can come after that. Pointless? Just who do you think you... The goal of this map is for Diana to escape the castle. In order to do that, you need to reach this zone. Oh, over here, okay. If you're too slow, reinforcements will come. You can check the objectives of the map in the menu. Just click on an empty tile. Victory and defeat conditions may vary, vary by map, so be sure to check this regularly. All right, I think that's good. Well, good start, good story. I like it. All right, so this is very tiny for me, and it's fine. It's fine. In windowed mode. All right, so she is a swords lady. Then we have our dragon rider. Can only assume as an axe user. Okay, we'll end our turn. They are trying to roll out on us. Alright, I assume there's weapon triangle type things, usually is, and oh, that's cool. I've never seen that effect before in one of these games. I like that a lot, that's nice. Alright, theoretically, our axe should possibly end him. With an attack of 26, it seems likely. Oh, that looks really nice. Very good. Oh, a little pie graph for the, okay. Some different things like I said, I haven't seen before. Alright, we're going to end our turn. Alright, we're going to move here, and we're going to attack, but we're going to use the lance this time to outdo the sword. Schmack! You done got stabbed, son. Alright. And then lance and sword are not fun. Alright. She's gonna take a lance versus lance battle here. Okay, simple enough. Seems one of your units has been hit by an attack. Did we? Be careful. If a character's HP reaches 0, they'll be unable to fight. If Diana's HP reaches 0, you will automatically lose. Also, depending on each battle's conditions, it may happen with other characters as well. You can heal your character by using healing items like the Amadeus Ursula is carrying. If your character doesn't have the right item, you can trade it between 2 adjacent characters. Select trade on the one holding the item to give it to the other character. I mean, that makes sense. Did she? Oh, she did get hit for 1. I didn't think she did get hit. Oh well. Bounce back to the axe. Take care of the Mediana. Alright, I think we're doing fine. How does our axe fare? Let's just go with the lance. We know the lance will outdo the sword. That's a really cool way to represent. How do we do? Oh, we have something called the Drachen, or the Drachen. Yeah, that's not gonna. Despite it looking really cool, it's not really gonna do much for us. So we'll move over here. Okay, she's within range of getting hit by this one. They're already here, milady. We can't engage them or we'll be surrounded. We need to escape. I mean, technically we could. I know that. In some maps, enemy units will have reinforcements coming to help them. It's up to you whether you'll defeat them or just complete the objective. You can try to fight them in this chapter, but the map has a turn limit, so you need to run before it's too late. Oh, right. How do we see that again? Objective. 10 turns pass or any ally unit dies. I mean, we could probably do a little battlation with it. It's weird because that looks like an axe to me, right? Like it doesn't look like a sword. Alright, we have a 100% chance to hit, 15% chance to crit. And even if we don't, yeah, that's definitely like a halberd or some such nonsense. Oh, we dodged. They had an 82% chance to hit us. So I'm mildly impressed that we were able to dodge. I will take the hit on our girl up here. Alright, let's see what you got. Schmack. Ooh, okay, you couldn't have crit the first time around. Come on now. Come on, son. Alright, it's fine. What turn are we on? Do we know what turn we're on? Oh, we're on turn 7. Alright, well, we gotta probably hustle a little bit. But hey, you know what? If nothing else, she got a little bit of experience for it, right? Alright, end the turn. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more coming. It's good that I decided to opt out of this. Alright, so she just has to make it down here. Alright, you know what? Before we make it down there, I don't know how long we're going to get into like the next storyline bit. So what I think we'll do is we'll actually break it off right here, because I think I can actually make a save point. And we'll dive into completing this map and going into the next story bit in the very next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I don't particularly like the program used to make this game, but I've seen stuff I've never seen in it before, so it looks like they are still iterating and doing better things with it. And I do still very much enjoy the games that are created with it, whether I like the program or not. So a big shout out and a thank you once again to the developer for hooking me up with the code for this. It means a lot, and I am truly grateful. That all being said, if you guys want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, any of that stuff down below in the description of the video, there'll be various links just like there always are. And yeah, until the very next episode, folks, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.